If you love the nostalgia of unwrapping those little Debbie Christmas cakes as a kid, but you don't want to share all of the dyes and the artificial flavorings with your kids, you've got to make these homemade Christmas tree little Debbie copycats. They are so delicious and they're so much fun to make as a Christmas project with your kids. We are using all natural food dye to color our icing and all natural colored sprinkles, so you don't have to worry about any of those yucky ingredients in these. They definitely have sugar, but it's a once a year treat, and you can also make these gluten-free. I'm using some gluten-free flour, or you can just use whatever kind of flour that you like. Also adding some sugar, salt, baking powder. I'm gonna mix up our dry ingredients here before we work on the wet ingredients for the batter. We've got 2 sticks of softened butter. We're also gonna add 4 eggs to this cake recipe. This is just a simple vanilla cake, and we're going to bake it really thin, so it's not going to take very long to bake. Going to whip that together with some vanilla and some milk. And we're going to add in our dry ingredients gradually. Just get those incorporated until the batter is nice and smooth. And once it's all thoroughly mixed together, we're going to pour it into our sheet pan. We're gonna get 2 half sheet pans so that we can bake these cakes off really thin. You want really thin cakes because we're gonna cut out Christmas shapes in these cakes. So you just wanna spread that pretty thin. I lined this with parchment paper and added a little bit of oil so that it comes out easily. Gonna spread this cake super thin. And I actually made 2 of these. We're gonna bake these off for just about 11 to 14 minutes. You want to keep an eye on these so you don't over bake them. While that's cooling, we're going to make our filling. And this filling, we're just going to do a simple whipped cream, add a little bit of sifted powdered sugar and some gelatin to help it set up nicely, and a little bit of vanilla. We're going to whip all of this together until stiff peaks form. You want it to have some good structure because this is going to go inside of our Christmas trees to make the perfect, delicious filling. Okay, now we're getting to the really fun part. We're gonna let that cake completely cool, and then we're gonna start cutting out our Christmas tree shapes. We got some really cute tree-shaped cookie cutters. I've also got a couple of other shapes. You're gonna cut those out, and then you're gonna use a piping bag with a large tip to pipe the whipped cream in the middle. And then you're gently gonna put the other tree shape on top and kind of press it together. And you're going to put those to the side, and we're going to freeze those when we get them all cut out. But right now we're just going to have fun with your kids cutting these out and putting the filling in the middle. We're going to freeze these Christmas tree cakes for 4 to 8 hours, preferably overnight. Then we'll be ready to dip and decorate. So we're going to make the chocolate coating. I am using several bags of white chocolate chips, and I'm also adding some coconut oil to kind of thin it out. I'm melting it over a double boiler. You could also do this in the microwave. Just do it in intervals and stir it so it doesn't burn. You're going to get that nice and smooth before we start dipping our trees. We're going to use 2 forks for the dipping process. Make sure you get both sides coated, and then let the chocolate kind of drip down so that it's not too thick on the bottom. So kind of let that excess drip off, and then you're going to place it on wax paper or parchment paper. Just going to get all of those dipped. If your chocolate starts to harden really quickly, then you can actually reheat it while you're working. But I like to work in small batches, so I do maybe 3 trees at a time and then decorate with sprinkles, because if you wait until they're all dipped, the chocolate's going to be hardened and your sprinkles are not going to stick. So you just want to work in small batches, and then you can decorate as you go and put your cute little sprinkles on. I've got these dye-free sprinkles. I've got some that are like the sand type sprinkles, and then some of the Jimmy's, the bigger sprinkles. They look super cute, and I know your kids are going to love these. Once you've got all those dipped and all the sprinkles on, this is optional, but you can actually pipe some buttercream with the natural food dye in there. This makes it look more like the Little Debbie's. And so I did that on a few of mine. I just mixed up a quick buttercream and added that food coloring. I think this looks super cute as a final touch, but it is optional. This is going to be such a fun Christmas memory making these with your kids. You could also bring these to a party and just wow everyone. And I've got the full written recipe in the description below for you guys. Please leave a review on the recipe and let me know what you guys think. And I really hope you guys have as much fun making these as I did. Hope you guys have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.